The Texas Classic Futurity and Derby coverage on StallionEsearch.com is brought to you by the sire, Tempting Dash, standing at Granada Farms in Wheelock, Texas. And hello again, everyone. I'm Greg Thompson of StallionEsearch.com. This episode of the Texas Classic Futurity and Derby preview, we focus on the Derby, the fastest qualifier. Flying Cowboy 123 came here to the Texas Classic and ran the fastest time going into this Grade 1 event. We were able to talk with assistant trainer Paul Leal as well as jockey Ricky Ramirez about this 3-year-old that's entering into a stud career after this race, going into the finals of the Texas Classic Derby. The 3-year-old J.J. Gonzalez trainee was along the rail in the Texas Classic trial under jockey Ricky Ramirez, this coming after a third-place finish in the All-American Derby, stopping the clock in a time of 19.467 seconds for the 400 yards, as the fastest qualifier going into the Grade 1 Texas Classic Derby. And Flying Cowboy 123 being last year's Futurity winner in the Grade 1 $1 million race, if he were to pull off the win in the Derby, he would join two great sires of Mr. Jess Perry and PYC Paint Your Wagon as the only two horses to pull off the Texas Classic Futurity Derby double.
You know, he stepped away just a tad slow. He drew the one hole in the trial. And he loaded first in the gate, and I guess he just kind of fell asleep on me a little bit in the gate, but try to keep him more alert this time going into these finals, and hopefully he breaks a little bit sharper.
Talk to me about the horse's maturity from a two-year-old to a 3-year-old year.
You know, he has matured, but as a 2-year-old, he never really was a horse that was immature. He's always been one of them horses that just all business. He doesn't really act like a colt. He doesn't get really studdy. You know, he goes into the gate and does his job, and he's just one of them fun horses to ride.
Ricky, you've had a lot of success here in the Texas Classic. Talk to me about going into this weekend. It must always make you excited getting to this point because you've had that level of success here.
Yeah, you know, Lone Star's treated us good. We won the Classic 5 times, so, you know, we're just blessed to be able to do that. But, you know, I really like to win the Derby on this horse. You know, this will be his last race. He's going to go as a stud, and it's just, I would really like to for him to retire with this Grade 1.
Paul, talk to me about this horse's transition from the mountain to the weather here in Texas.
You know what, the transition from the mountain to here to Lone Star Park, sometimes it's tough on a horse. They get away from eating, but this horse is from day one, has settled in just fine here in the backside of Lone Star Park and is eating everything in sight and feels good about himself.
You went and stood the horse today. Talk to me about the importance of standing a horse going on to, you know, hopefully have a big performance on Saturday.
Well, it is very important, Greg. As we all know, the starting gates is where we win and lose, you know, when it comes to the quarter horses. And this horse has always been a good gate horse. Always stood there fine, always been a real gentleman in there. And sometimes it cost him a little bit because he's so good in there and he gets away about a neck off them horses sometimes and got to play a little catch up. But, you know, I'd rather have a horse that really pays attention, is really calm in there, than have a horse that's acting up and really get left.
Standing at Granada Farms in Wheelock, Texas, the red-hot sire, Tempting Dash, the champion son of legendary First Down Dash, out of the Chicks Beduino mare, a Tempting Chick. As a runner, Tempting Dash was a 2-time Grade 1 winner that finished his career undefeated in the Grade 1 $1 million Texas Classic Futurity, as he was subsequently named AQHA champion 2-year-old colt. As a sire, he has produced Grade 1 winning millionaire Kiss My Hawks, and the Grade 1 Heritage Place Futurity winner Love the Way You Lie. Tempting Dash is out of former Broodmare of the Year, a Tempting Chick, setting the racing world on fire with his runners. Tempting Dash,